Hi, how many times do you have to make a backup? Or did you, at any time in your life, forgot to make a backup and then everything crashed? I think everybody knows how much time and frustration and energy it would cost to get your whole system back together, and that you wish you did make your backups or had made your backups in time. My name is Olaf, and today I'm going to show you how you can use OneDrive so you never have to think of making backups ever again. So why did I need this? Well, as you might know, I have a lot of websites and a lot of programs and a lot of stuff on it. And not only websites, but of course all kinds of documents for myself, for others, for clients, for I don't know what, but everybody has, of course, a lot of files on the system. And I used a tool, 𝗬𝗚 that was actually pretty nice, pretty okay, to once every week save all my files to an external hard drive. But still, I had to tweak this system once in a while, and every 2 weeks I had to go to the tool, put it on, sometimes fix some errors or other problems. And even one time I got into trouble because my fixed hard drive was only 120 gigs and it didn't fit, so I had to do all kinds of stuff to make it work. Anyhow, every 2 weeks I would spend the better part of maybe half an hour to get these backups right. My girlfriend is also working on the NAS, the network attached storage system below, so she needed backups as well. And altogether, as I said, maybe 30 minutes every 2 weeks I was busy getting my backups in place. It was kind of a hassle, as just explained. Hook up the external drive, start the 𝗬𝗚 program, analyze the differences, then just doing the backups, which by the way made it virtually impossible to do other stuff at the same time because the system is very, very busy transferring all this data. And another problem about not having OneDrive at that time is that I did not have access to my files online. So if I needed something on the go, I needed to download it somewhere local or put it on one of my websites, which also costs a lot of time and is not very user-friendly at all. And at the same time, it didn't give me a really good, safe and secure feeling because sometimes I forgot to do the backups, or we were on a vacation, or, well, safe to say that sometimes it was like 6 weeks ago. And everybody says to him or herself, all right, I'm going to make this backup now, I'm going to do it. But just a couple of months ago, the sister of my girlfriend, her laptop crashed and everything was gone. Well, since I'm in the business of online marketing, affiliate marketing, making money online and stuff like that, that's something I cannot afford. If I'm not online, I'm losing money. So I needed to have this relaxed feeling that my backups my files are always backed up. So that's why I started using OneDrive in the first place. And here you see my version. It's in Dutch, but it's the same everywhere. So you just can see all my current files and folders are in there, and it's all taken care of. So that gives me a good and relaxed feeling. Whatever I'm doing, office stuff, file stuff, everything will be backed up. So what are the benefits of OneDrive? Well, first of all, it's free. At least I didn't know this until I started to dig into it, and I just saw, to my own surprise, that you get a free 1 terabyte storage with your Microsoft 365 account. And since we have a paid account, which costs us like $100 per year, and we can have like 5 systems hooked up to it, I actually don't pay anything for the storage. So that was the first nice surprise. it works seamlessly together with Office, obviously, because it's a Microsoft product. So if you use Office and you use OneDrive together, you can switch to AutoSave, which means that your programs and your files will always be safe in the cloud and always be backed up till the last minute. It's also for Microsoft Teams and SharePoint, accessible from everywhere, easy to set up. It's just like maybe 15 minutes and you're done. It's always on, as long as you're connected to the internet, of course, then your backups are always there and will always work. So every last change or edit you did to your files will be online, well, online real time actually. It's very secure. You get your files on demand if you want it on the road or wherever, and it's for PC and Mac. So what do you get? You get remote access, you can collaborate with people on the same files as well, mobile access, a basic level of security, and all kinds of file types. So when I figured out it was actually free, it took me, as said, maybe 15 minutes to store all my files locally in the right documents file, and from that moment on I was always backed up. So that was a big surprise for me. In the past I wasn't always the biggest fan of Microsoft, but I have to say over the last maybe 5 to 10 years I think they improved a lot. So what are people saying about it? Well, as you can see, it gets high ratings everywhere. People like it. It's easy to use. It's not complicated. It works. But for me, the biggest plus is I don't have to think about ever backing up again, and I don't have to worry about losing my files or something on my system. So if we would go to the calculator and say, okay, how many hours would we save, or how many extra money could we make if we use this automatic backup feature? Well, it depends obviously on a couple of variables. The first one being, how many backups per month do you make? Well, the default I put at 4, because I think most people will make a backup every week, or at least they should, but I think also it's a pretty standard time frame. The second is, how many minutes does it take for you to make that backup? Well, in my case, it's 30 minutes every week, or in my case, every 2 weeks, actually. But it could depend. I don't know what kind of backup system you use, or if you do it just manually by dragging and dropping files, or well, no idea. But just figure out for yourself what your time would be. And the third variable to calculate how many money we would have saved is by entering the client fee or your internal rate in dollars. So if you can use the time that you save for doing work for customers and clients, then obviously you could put these hours to good use and make some extra money. On the other hand, if you just save time, it would also mean a lot of money in terms of you can do something else with your time. You can spend more time with family and friends, or you could impress your boss, or you could work on your long-term goals. So let's go to the URL where I have this calculator. There it is. Here we have our variables, and this is default. So if I put this to 4 per month, 30 minutes per backup session, and $60 client fee or internal rate per hour that you would charge or could gain, then my extra income or saved money per month would be a staggering $120 actually. And multiplied by 40 work weeks, that would be $4,800 per year saved just by using OneDrive instead of manually backupping, or backing up rather. If you would do like 2 per month, so bi-weekly, and you would still take 30 minutes, but your client fee would be just, let's say, 30, you still would save $30 per month by using OneDrive, still being $1,200 a year. But even moreover, if you would, for example, take this to $100 that you could charge clients for, and you are maybe even 40 minutes busy per backup session, you would end up already at $267 you could earn extra per month. Well, it's not bad, is it? By just, well, installing OneDrive and having it up and running in 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes you could save nearly $300 per month. And if you would go to $120, it would even be $320 per month. So this is really, really big number. But even, as said, with smaller numbers and default variables, we would already save $120 every month over and over again from this moment on. So how does it work? I mean, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, obviously. So I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, we will go to the PowerPoint I just showed you. And if you look at it, you will see that this is on. So I have the autosave on. And you could switch it off, but in general, if you put your files into the right area on your file system, everything will be backed up automatically. In my case, I can show you over here. This is where all my files are. As you can see, this is my OneDrive. These are my documents. And what I did to make this work was actually very easy. I just swapped or dragged actually all my existing files that I wanted to being backed up. I dragged them to this OneDrive documents area. And by doing so, it will automatically be backed up and you don't have to worry about anything again. And you have a couple of settings, but if you use the default, you'll be okay. And everything in here will be, as you can see by the clouds or the checkboxes, will be automatically be backed up, as you can see. So that's one. The other point is, like I said, you have to switch this autosave on. And normally you can do this here within the options, and you have the save area. So you can use here the checkbox, autosave OneDrive and SharePoint online files by default. And that's actually it. I mean, more there is not to it. Just check this, make sure it's on, and you're good to go. Well, there are some more settings in OneDrive, but I won't bother you with them for the moment because it's not relevant for now. But this is actually how OneDrive works on my system. And as said, in 15 minutes time, you could save yourself thousands of dollars per year because you never have to worry about backing up again. And you can spend all the time saved on client projects or your own long-term projects, for example. So, hope you like this, and I will see you in the next video.